You feel pains in your body that seem to have no explanation? Have you already seen doctors, done tests, and yet you continue feeling a weight, a tension, and discomfort that comes and goes? If so, maybe your body is trying to tell you something you haven't managed to hear yet, and today we'll decipher this together. The body speaks. And for the chosen ones, it speaks loudly. Each pain carries a spiritual, emotional, or energetic message. It's not about replacing medicine, but adding to it. While you care for the physical, you can also learn to listen to what the soul is trying to show through the body. Pains are not enemies, they are messengers. There are signs that appear always in the same places: head, neck, chest, back, stomach, legs. And each of these regions connects to a part of your inner journey. Today, you will understand what these symptoms want to reveal to you, and more. You will learn small practices to release these pains and walk lighter. If this theme makes sense to you, go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now. Here we talk about spiritual awakening in a practical, accessible, and truthful way. That way you will receive the upcoming content that will help you live with more awareness and less weight. It's free and makes a difference in your walk. I'm George, and I'm here to share messages that unite body, soul, and purpose. If you feel that this content touched something inside you, join me on this journey. We're just getting started. Click to follow the channel and let's move forward. Your body is speaking, and now you will listen. Do you feel headaches, pressure on the forehead, or a constant sense of mental weight? These pains do not always come from physical fatigue. Often they are signs of a mind under overload. When you try to control everything, solve everything, carry the world on your shoulders, the tension starts in the invisible and soon turns into pain. The head is the center of thought. It is where worries accumulate. Those who live in a constant state of alert, trying to anticipate everything and avoid any mistake, end up creating a congested mental field. The pain appears as a request for a pause. Your body is saying, your mind is working beyond what the spirit can sustain. Chosen ones feel this more intensely, because at the same time that they carry light, they also carry the expectation of doing everything right, of not letting anyone down, of keeping control. Yet the spirit was not made for this pace. It needs space. And when it can't find it, the body steps on the brake. Recurrent headaches, pressure on the forehead, and a feeling of mental exhaustion are signals. Not for you to blame yourself, but for you to stop. The excess of thoughts, the excess of responsibility, the excess of stimuli, all this creates noise. And this noise disconnects you from the inner silence where the soul resides. A simple practice can help. Place one hand on the heart and the other on the forehead. Inhale, counting to 4. Hold for 4. Exhale, counting to 6. While you breathe, repeat mentally, I release what I do not need to control. Do this for 5 minutes. This small pause can open space for the spirit to breathe. Jung said that what is not conscious governs your life as fate. When you live on autopilot, trying to control everything, the mind takes command. But awakening asks for the opposite, to trust more, to control less. The body warns when the spirit is slipping into the background. Avoid information overload. Reduce consumption of news, social media, and external noise. In return, seek contemplation. It could be sunlight streaming through a window, the movement of a tree, the sky changing color. These small, quiet moments help calm the mind and reconnect with the present. Don't try to solve everything at once. Do less. Breathe more. Prioritize what truly matters. Choose the essential and let the rest go. Your head doesn't need to hold the world. It just needs to be at peace with your truth. And that is more than enough. If you feel constant headaches, don't ignore them. But also don't treat it only as something physical. Listen. Ask yourself, what am I trying to control that isn't mine? And let the answer come. The body speaks, and the pain is an invitation, a call to let go and trust. You feel neck stiffness, hard, tense shoulders, heavy as if carrying something invisible. These regions of the body are the first to accumulate obligations, expectations, and silent loyalties. The neck represents the flexibility of vision, the shoulders, the weight you carry, and many chosen ones walk bent by promises that were never only theirs. How many times do you say yes when you mean no? How often do you carry tasks, worries, or pains that aren't even yours, but you feel you have to do? Neck stiffness appears when you can no longer look at other possibilities. The shoulders ache when they can no longer bear the accumulated emotional burden. There is a phrase that translates this pain well. Your shoulders are paying the price for the promises your mouth can no longer sustain. This happens when you commit beyond what you can, or when you accept roles that don't belong to you. The soul tires and the body begins to show. Chosen ones have big hearts. They like to care, protect, and support. But that, when exaggerated, becomes excess, and excess becomes pain. It is not your mission to carry the world on your back. Your mission is to live with truth. Spiritual strength is not about enduring everything, but about discerning what is truly yours. Practice. Inhale while raising the shoulders toward the ears. Hold the breath for 3 seconds, then exhale through the mouth, slowly lowering the shoulders. As you exhale, say, I return with love. Repeat 3 times. This is not abandonment. It is wisdom. It is recognizing that you cannot sustain what was not meant to be carried. Grab paper and a pen. Write the phrase at the top, burdens that aren't mine. List everything that comes to mind. Tasks, expectations, obligations, promises. Look at the list with compassion. Tell yourself, I don't need this anymore. Tear, burn, or keep it. The important thing is to release the energy. Mini challenge. Choose one task this week and ask for help. It may seem simple, but it is powerful. Delegating is a spiritual act. When you allow others to help, you are saying, I don't need to do everything alone. That is maturity. That is trust. That is balance between giving and receiving. Neck flexibility is opening the mind to new ways of living. Relief in the shoulders is a sign that you have stopped trying to prove something. When you release what isn't yours, something magical happens. Space remains, lightness remains, life remains. And that is what you need right now. Some pains do not appear in words, but in the body. The tightness in the chest, the sighs that come without reason, that feeling that something is trapped inside. All of this has an emotional origin. For the chosen ones, the chest tends to be the safe where they store feelings they don't know how or with whom to share. Do you feel this tightness? Have you ever wanted to cry but the cry wouldn't come? Have you wanted to say something but swallowed it in silence so as not to hurt? Many chosen ones carry the world on their chest. They protect everyone around, but forget themselves. They accumulate emotions as if the heart were a storage, when in fact it is a passage. The heart was not made to be a closet of grudges. It is a river, and rivers need to flow. When you keep too much in, energy stagnates. The pain appears, and it isn't because you are weak. It's because you've been trying to be strong for too long. The pain in the chest is the body saying, "Let go, please." Sighs are unspoken prayers. They are body requests for space. They show that there is something wanting to come out. When the soul cannot find a channel, the body becomes a door. The chest pain is not to scare you, but to wake you up. It's a sign that you need to stop swallowing what you feel. Do now a simple practice. Place one hand over the center of your chest, right over the sternum. Close your eyes. Breathe in deeply and slowly 7 times. On each exhale, say, "I permit myself to feel." Give space to whatever comes. Do not judge, simply feel. This is reconnection with your humanity. Then write. Grab a sheet of paper and write a letter. It can be to someone, to yourself, to life. It doesn't need to be sent. Write freely. Put on the paper everything that is trapped in the chest. When you're done, tear up or burn it as a symbolic act of release. This closes the cycle consciously. Jung said that there is no cure without emotion. What is repressed becomes ill. What is felt transforms. You no longer need to hold everything alone. The heart also needs to speak. And sometimes speaking isn't talking to someone. It is breathing, writing, dancing, crying. Any form that allows the flow of the soul. Many chosen ones confuse strength with silence. They believe that expressing themselves is loss of control. But to express is wisdom. A heart that is too quiet becomes pain. It's not about venting to just anyone, but about finding a way for emotion not to stay locked inside. When you allow yourself to feel, healing begins to happen. If you feel like crying, cry. If you feel anger, acknowledge it. If you miss someone, embrace it. Emotion is life passing through. Do not fight it. Honor, feel, release, and trust. Your heart knows the path of healing, provided you allow it to breathe with ease. The back supports the body. It keeps us upright. But it is also the place where we store responsibilities, pressures, and old fears. When the back hurts, it is common that there is an excess that is not being looked at. And for the chosen ones, this excess often comes from attempts to hold on to what has long passed its time. The upper back is linked to the sense of support, the lower back to safety, and the fear of the future. Pain in these regions signals that you may be carrying too much, perhaps things that are not even yours anymore. Ask yourself sincerely, what am I carrying that has already expired? Now imagine a backpack on your back. It contains obligations, memories, promises, fears, and expectations. Close your eyes and visualize you taking this backpack off. Place it on the ground. Open it. Choose 3 weights. Name each one. 1 fear, 1 burden, 1 emotional load. Thank the lesson and say, I return to life what I no longer need to carry. This simple practice can change your energy. The body feels relief when the soul releases what was trapped. The back pain is a request for release. The spirit wants to walk lighter, but it needs you to say, enough already. It is not abandonment. It is wisdom. It is spiritual maturity. Taking care of the back is also taking care of inner security. Many tensions in the lower back are linked to the fear of lacking, of losing, of not having how to sustain tomorrow. The spirituality of the chosen ones needs to include trust. Provision is not only material, it begins from within. Trust reduces tension and opens space for flow. Do something concrete. Organize a messy drawer. Review a bill. Walk barefoot for 3 minutes, feeling the ground. These simple gestures reconnect you with the earth. They bring presence. They reaffirm that you have a place to stand, even if the path isn't entirely clear. Security begins with the step you take right now. Backs hurt when life asks to redistribute weights. Perhaps you're trying to be the pillar of everything, without realizing that some pillars can be shared. You don't need to carry everything. Not now, not ever. The chosen one's mission is not to bear the impossible, but to live with purpose, presence, and faith. At the end of the day, ask yourself, what did I carry today that I could have left behind? The answer will show you where you need to let go, where you can trust, where the body is asking for help. Listen, trust, free yourself, and walk with more lightness. Your back will thank you, your soul too. The abdomen is a sensitive region where a lot happens in silence. When something isn't going well, the stomach speaks. Pain, knots, cramps, refluxes, or poor digestion are often not linked only to food. They are connected to unprocessed emotions, guilt you carry, and truths that were swallowed but never truly digested. Chosen ones feel this intensely. They sense when something is out of place, even if they can't explain it. Sometimes the body shows before the mind understands. The abdominal region, which should be at peace, becomes tense. It's as if there is a constant tightness, as if something is stuck in the soul, trying to find a way out. Anxiety tends to live in this part of the body. The fear of what's to come, the hurry to resolve everything, the feeling that you're not doing enough. All of this accumulates there. The body tries to keep pace with the mind, but there comes a point where it locks up, and then the symptoms appear. Jung said, "What we avoid persists." In other words, what you do not face continues to bother you. Sometimes you feel in the abdomen exactly what you are not facing clearly. Unresolved situations, conversations not started, postponed decisions. All of this can turn into physical pain, as a subtle reminder from the unconscious. Ask yourself honestly, what can I not digest in my life right now? It could be a problem that has dragged on, a relationship, an unexpected change, a truth you still have not been able to accept. Identifying this is the first step. Naming it already takes the weight off the invisible. After naming, break the problem into micro-decisions. Something big can become light when divided. If you can't resolve everything, choose a small step. Call someone, reply to a message, write about what you feel. Small actions move energy and show the soul that it is not standing still. Celebrate each advance, even if it seems small. For someone who is stuck, any movement is a sign of life. Saying a truth calmly, taking a postponed action, recognizing an old pain, all of this is a victory. The healing of the abdomen begins when you stop fleeing what you need to face. Do a simple practice. Place your hand on your belly. Inhale deeply, letting the abdomen expand. Exhale slowly and speak softly. I can take the next step. Repeat 7 times. Feel the breath opening space inside you. Each time you exhale, also release a bit of tension. Remember, your mission does not require you to be a hero every day. It's not about grand achievements. It's about gentle consistency. It's about continuing even when it's hard. Feeling fear, but walking. Having doubts, but continuing to breathe. The soul evolves at the pace of acceptance, not of haste. When your abdomen speaks, listen. When it hurts, ask what it is trying to show. Do not treat the pain as an enemy. Treat it as a warning, as an invitation. The body does not self-sabotage, it communicates. And if you give it space, it can also heal. The body speaks. It expresses itself in small gestures and silent pains. Arms and hands, for example, are like antennas of the heart. They show how you are handling the act of giving and the act of receiving. When there is pain, tingling, or tension in these areas, the body may be signaling an imbalance. Many chosen ones have a facility for giving. They are generous, available, care for others with dedication. This is beautiful. But when giving becomes an obligation, or when giving becomes a hiding place to avoid receiving, a problem arises. The body begins to feel. Rigidity in the arms can reveal a closing. It's as if the heart were saying, "I am tired of giving without return." Hands that give all the time also need to open to receive. Spirituality is not about giving until exhaustion. It's about flow. Energy needs to circulate. If you close yourself to receiving, whether it is a compliment, help, or an act of love, the body shows you that, and it shows with pain, weight, fatigue, or blockage. Do a simple practice now. Open your hands slowly. As you open, mentally say, "I release what does not belong to me." Then close your hands softly, as if embracing something. As you close, say, "I welcome what strengthens me." Do this gesture for 2 minutes. Slow, with presence. This simple movement already activates the flow of giving and receiving. Now let's descend to the legs and feet. These parts of the body represent the path. They speak of direction, progress, courage. When you feel weight in your legs or fatigue in your feet without a clear physical cause, it may be your soul wanting to move forward but blocked by fear, doubt, or insecurity. It is very common for the body to freeze when the spirit is trying to change direction. You may be aware of this, but a mind full of uncertainties ends up stopping you, and the body feels. It expresses this stagnation as weight, as if something inside you were saying, "I want to go, but I don't know how." The feet are your great allies. They support you every day. They connect you with the earth and the present. When you do not know what decision to make, when the future seems cloudy, it is in the feet that the body will manifest. Pain, fatigue, tingling. All of this may be linked to a lack of clarity about the next steps. Try what I call the sacred step. Choose a moment in your day to walk in silence for 10 minutes. No music, no distractions. Just walk. Feel your feet touching the ground. And during that time, repeat mentally, "What is the next humble step I can take?" Do not seek a grand answer. Accept the first one that comes. When the answer arises, do not ignore it. Write it down. Preserve it. And commit to putting it into practice within the next 24 hours. It doesn't have to be a grand step. It can be something simple like asking for help, making a decision, making a call, finishing something that is pending. The important thing is to step out of immobility. Movement liberates stagnant energy. It signals to your soul that you are ready to move forward, even if afraid, even if slow. A small action done with intention has the power to open internal pathways. And when you least expect it, you are moving again. Arms and hands show what you give to the world, and what you need to learn to accept back. Legs and feet show where you are stepping and where your soul wishes to go. Look at these parts of your body with care. They have held truths you may have avoided feeling. Touching these regions with presence is an act of healing. Stretch, massage, move. All of this is a way of saying, "I hear you." Your body knows what it needs, and your soul is just waiting for a gap to advance. Do not underestimate the power of a step, of a gesture, of a simple decision. Healing often begins in silence. It begins with the body showing you that something needs to change. When you listen, something aligns. And when something aligns, the path begins to open. Even without hurry, even without a map. Just take the next step with your whole heart. Every pain has a secret meaning, and now you know that your body talks to you all the time. It doesn't shout by accident. It whispers, tightens, warns, holds back, pushes, all with a purpose, to align you with who you really are. For the chosen ones, pain is not punishment. It is a call. Do not fight the messenger. The pain is not here to punish you. It wants to show you something you may have forgotten. Your path, your truth, your need for change. When you stop arguing with the symptom and start listening to the message, something changes. It's as if a lock inside opens. Choose an area of the body that you felt the most during this reading. It might be the head, chest, stomach, or feet. It doesn't matter which. The important thing is to start somewhere. Take the 7-minute protocol we shared and apply it for 7 days. Just that. 1 week. A commitment to your soul. You don't need to understand everything right now, nor do you need to wait for the pain to disappear to start acting. Just begin. Listen to your body every day for a few minutes. Breathe with intention. Say the release phrase. Do a concrete gesture. Give thanks. Pray. This is more powerful than it seems. Small rituals create big transformations. This is the moment to act, to leave waiting behind, to let the body guide with wisdom. Your inner system knows the path, but it needs space to manifest. And silence, listening, and breath are ways to open that space. When the soul finds a channel, it begins to heal from the inside. If you felt truth in this content, if any part touched you in a special way, write here in the comments, I liberate myself. And if you want to go deeper, also say which weight you will lay down this week. Share your decision. Your healing can inspire others who are on the same journey. Do not be ashamed of being tired. Do not blame yourself for having pains. Do not pressure yourself to be strong all the time. The chosen ones go through cycles of release because they are constantly growing. And growing hurts. Growing requires letting go of the old. Growing is freeing what no longer fits in your light. Remember, you are not broken. You are being guided. Every pain that arises has a call behind it. And if you have heard that call up to now, it's because you are already ready to take the next step. Even if small, even if afraid. The important thing is not the size of the step. It is the direction. You are a chosen one. That doesn't mean life will be easy, but it means your path will be full of purpose. The body is here to remind you of that whenever you forget. And if you listen with presence, it will show you the path back to yourself. Healing does not come from outside. It begins inside. The pain came to remind you of something you can no longer ignore. Your purpose is calling. Now it's your turn to take the next step. And I will be here in the next content to walk with you.